On 3rd and 12, Kansas State will just keep it on the ground with Jackson, able to slip one tackle, but then thumped at the 18-yard line. Marcus Neal in there for Iowa State. Jackson got it and more inside the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. From the 31-yard line. Up the middle, Jackson picks up about 4 yards. Here's Taylor.
Frustration starting to build on this Kansas State sideline with the fumbles.
5-man rush. Johnson gets it away quickly. A little rub route downfield, and it's caught for a first down by Jackson out of the backfield. The stands are why the stands are so short. There's only a few behind the goalpost. As we've got a run play here from Joe Jackson. He close to a first down, and he did get the first down. Let me just finish that story real quick. The reason why.
Ancio, the H-back, he goes in motion left to right. Split backs flanking Johnson, 4th and short. He'll hand it off, first down and then some. Jackson burst into the secondary, and the gamble pays off early for Kleiman and the Wildcats.
Look at the guys up front. The simplest thing you could do is get double teams.
Johnson 12 of 18, 172 yards. First down, this is Joe Jackson slipping away from one, powering his way into plus territory. 2nd down and 10. Jackson in motion, he will get the call, has a block for the corner, 15. And again, it's Jive Martin with the, they go a little bit faster after the first down. Hole opens up, squirting through is Jackson. Inside a minute to go, first down after the penalty, Jackson for 4 yards over the left side.
4 yards is a good play.
Third down, they're going to pick up the first down with Jackson. Jackson inside the 40, bursting his way to the 39. 38 yards in the scramble by Johnson, and now 1st and goal, K-State. From the 6, Johnson, open, pylon, touchdown, Joe Jackson!
Two series. Love the way they ran that route. It wasn't necessarily a pick route, but did give
Matt Wells, the new offensive coordinator this season for K-State. There's the handoff and a crease and a big gain on the ground. The first time for Joe Jackson and another first down. Down in 7 to the incompletion. Johnson with plenty of time surveys. Jackson stops short.
Good patient quarterback play.
3rd and 10, a gain of 21. First down. Jackson with all kinds of green ahead of him. Still on his feet into Army territory. And they will rule him out. He did pick up the first, but a gain of just 15.
You're going to see this alley open up perfectly for Joe Jackson.
So Marshall is a guy 4 in white to watch for UCF today. 3rd and 7 for Johnson. He dumps it off. Jackson made the adjustment, but didn't get to the sticks. Lewis Carter, the sure tackler in the middle of that UCF defense, brings up a 4th down.
But the changeup with Barnett has been good.
3rd down and long. Johnson on the move. Johnson wants to run. No, now he wants to throw. Pins it to the sideline, and UCF almost 30 pounds on the other back, Dylan Edwards, beside Johnson. And it is Jackson. He uses that size to plunge in. K-State with the first touchdown of the day. And the first touchdown UCF has given up in a first half this year. It's 9-0 Wildcats.
Great job by Sam Hecht right at the point of attack.
Empty backfield. 2nd and long once again for the Wildcats. Johnson floats it. Joe Jackson with the catch. Close to a first down. It's his birthday today. So there you go. His first present is a 13-yard reception thanks to Avery Johnson. Jackson will stay in the football game. Johnson hands to him again. He finds the crease. Breaks into the secondary. Redding throws him down, but not before another Kansas State first down, 11 yards. 1st and 10. Johnson, quick pass. 3rd straight touch for Jackson. 3rd straight productive touch for Jackson before Tyler Turner throws him down. 2nd quarter with a 2nd and 1. Joe Jackson again. Burrows into the line of scrimmage, takes it across the 15. LeVar Thornton in on the tackle. First down. Jackson joins Johnson back there. Coming up to make a nice play is Thornton Jr. again, close to a first down, but didn't get it. Not much happening. Wildcat here. It's Jackson. Direct snap to direct production. Dragging a tackler with him. That was Jacob Redding. He took over the 20-yard line. 8-yard gain. All-state basketball player, too. Jackson again. Oh, he was one player away from breaking that. Call it 6. Johnson with time finds Jackson, who's awfully close to that first down yard marker, but didn't make it. A lot of room. Joe Jackson on his birthday barrels ahead down to the 15-yard line.
Let's not forget, Avery Johnson's legs are always up. You have to have pass rush lane responsibility.
Rush integrity is how Matt Powledge put it. Jackson wide open on the opposite side of the field. Cooper Lance takes him down, but not before an 18-yard gain.
What a play by Avery Johnson.
And here we are. Jackson taken down at about the 9-yard line. 2nd and 6. Jackson again. Squirts beyond that first down marker.
Linebacker expands, get it right behind him.
Out of the shotgun, Joe Jackson. He is quick. Young man out of Haines City, Florida. Jackson. Good cutback.
We're done here, guys.
Gets it down inside the 35 to the 31. Behind Johnson. Stretch play, and Joe Jackson gets out there, makes the edge, picks up 6 yards, shoved out by Jamel Johnson, number 2.
He has an opportunity to throw this ball over their heads.
On 2nd and 8, Jackson, plenty of wide open spaces. Over Boise State. Jackson, he got past him on the edge again. Shoved out by Austin Jordan. Plays with great passion. Joe Jackson's in the backfield, and now he's set sail ahead for at least 7. On first down, Obi Izor, number 4, with the stop. A real break for K-State. Joe Jackson to the 41.
And as much as you want to run the football, the middle of the field is completely open.
And Jackson knows it. Gets it inside the 30 to the 29. Max Carroll, the tackle again. Lincoln Cure has come in. He's split wide to the top of your screen, number 0. Jackson. And he is driving those legs forward. That's a second stint, right? I might change that to Rich Rodriguez. I might go Rich Rod. Jackson. He's going to be 2 yards shy of a first down. We talk often of the role of the coordinator. They had been burned quite a bit. Today, they've looked like the K-State defenses that we've... Jackson to the 21.
Needs one, does give. First down picked up with a face mask. 2 officials caught it. A carry up to the 46 with more coming for K-State. Instead he gives, and they run for a first down. Joe Jackson for a fresh set in plus territory.
That held the backside of that defense and allowed the easy run for first.
They stick with it. All right, what's this note that you slipped me? You want to talk about the improvement of the Kansas State offensive line? What a surprise, Mike.
I thought you'd never ask, JB, and it's led by 2 extremely veteran players.
And the ball to begin in plus territory. Jackson rummaging through that right side, still on his feet in the pile. Stopped at the 38. Johnson claps for the snap. Jayhawks selling out to stuff that run, and still to be behind the chains for third down. Did play on, but now they make a change as they dash up the middle, barreling for first down yardage below the 20 and into the red zone. Kansas State asserting its will with 10 on the turf. At the 9-minute mark, Johnson hands off. Another nice run for Joe Jackson. He's been slippery. He's been physical. Adds 8 more to his total. Now they got the game on the ropes. Looking to run for a new set of downs. It's an and goal situation for Joe Jackson and his Cats. Kansas. So backed up out near the 20-yard line. This is an and goal situation. An obvious run. Jackson with a flag down. And now a second reining in. The Kansas State sideline is fist pumping here.
2nd and 10 for Kansas State, and I can certainly understand frustration for Texas Tech fans here as Jackson has a run. He'll cut it back. Mike Pereira, what do you think of that call?
Empty from this Kansas State team with these 2 and 3 tight end sets.
There's a pass this time. It is Jackson.
As you already saw, stats down there at the bottom of the screen.
The safety was Nesky coming up to the line. Jackson is driven back. He'll get maybe a yard or 2. John Curry with the stop. 2nd down. High school, John Curry. 3rd down, short toss. Jackson steps through. Oh, just got tripped up. Oh, baby, he was gone. But Jordan from the ground grabbed him.
They just have him offset here, make everyone think they're going to run quarterback draw, pitch it to the outside, pin everyone inside, and then it's Joe Jackson just running over guys backwards. And if he just, why he is a dynamic quarterback, and it is because of his ability to move the chains with his legs.
Jackson out of the backfield fell. He had a little more to get.
Avery Johnson in the offense back out for the 2nd time today, a 3 and out. They'll start things on the ground here with Joe Jackson. Jackson to the outside, out to the 35. That's good for 10 yards. Best starting field position of the game for Kansas State. They're on the plus side of the 50. Avery Johnson, plenty of time, and now he dumps it off at the last second. That's Joe Jackson. As we told you just a week ago or a couple of weeks ago, became the 3rd Kansas State quarterback all time.
The ball.
Jackson trying to go to the outside. He is met there by J.K. Johnson. Avery Johnson under center, just a deep handoff to Joe Jackson. Jackson moving the pile. This time it's on the ground to Joe Jackson. Jackson's upended just across the 20-yard line. 3rd down coming up, and again, Kansas State 3 of 12 on 3rd down. They've got it 3rd and 5 here. On the ground, Jackson going to be close. He's going to be stopped short. Oakley lined up in the backfield. It's Jackson straight ahead into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State. A flag is down.
Yeah, what you have a lot of times is once you get past that first wave of 11, but 1, 2, we're going to count the 12 guys that are out there. Sometimes you try to bring 12 to their 11, and even with that many guys, you still score.
Kansas State wants to milk as much of it as they can. Put it on the ground with Joe Jackson.
They called it a catch. 1st and 10 Wildcats, their first down of the game. Jackson in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Bounce it left side, and now a big gain across the 40 to midfield, and still going all the way down to the 30-yard line. For K-State, that's a huge one.
Excellent job by Joe Jackson being patient. He gets the defense to commit inside, and then he bounces it outside with a great jump cut to pick up an explosive gain for Kansas State. This is exactly how Kansas State needed to start the game a week ago on the road against Oklahoma State.
He'll get the carry and cuts it back, makes a man miss, out into the open again. Jackson inside the 20, another big gain on the ground. Smith Snowden finally tackles him.
This is really impressive by the back right now, Joe Jackson and his offensive line. This is a football team coming into today's game. They've really struggled to run the football with any sort of consistency as of late, and especially to find explosive runs. Already the third explosive run on the day for the Wildcats. Great effort by Jackson.
In their own territory. Johnson, handoff, and they'll get the first down and more. Jackson, there he goes. Nobody's going to catch him. Joe Jackson, touchdown, Kansas State. 66 yards. And in a weird way, the call that went against him, I think, helps him. You're describing, they didn't get the call, and this is what the result was.
That's right. Matt Wells has found a chink in this great Utah defense's armor. Right now, K-State is dictating this football game.
Runs for 47 yards, 37 yards, 33 yards, 66 yards. Jackson gets it again, hits the hole, and gets dragged down close to the 30-yard line.
He wanted his team to cut it loose today, and that is certainly what they have done.
Averaging 15 yards a rush. They're getting more here. Jackson out into the open. What a cut. To midfield. Jackson to the 30, to the 20. Touchdown, Kansas State. 80 yards this time.
And your eyes as a linebacker go inside, you can see why there's such a big gaping hole for Kansas State and Joe Jackson. He makes one great cut in the open field. The rest is history.
I mean, more boos. I can't remember the last time I really heard that. It's been a long time here at Rice Eccles. Incredible.
And right now, Kansas State has you on the ropes.
Final seconds of the first half. Avery Johnson is going to hand it off to Jackson. And Jackson, everybody in this stadium is holding their breath when he touches the ball. Most rushing yards for any player in a single half. They will give it to Jackson, and he leads ahead. We'll see where they spot him. Close. I think he got the first down. To 2. Down to 1. They get it snapped. Handed off. Jackson straight ahead and stopped just short of the goal line. But that's going to be a first down. Remember, they could get the first down, and that's enough for first and goal, K-State. Johnson of the Wildcats offense back to pass is going to swing it out right side. That's Jackson who gets around the corner. Jackson down the right sideline. Finally out of bounds, but across the 40 out to the 42-yard line. On 3rd down and 5, handoff. Jackson cuts it right. Jackson spinning. Jackson got very close. So it's 4th and 1. Johnson pitches it. Jackson, and he'll get the first down. That was a different play call, and it worked.
I really like that play call there.
They've been playing football for a long time. On 1st down, Jackson adds to that total by a yard.
I mean, if you've watched Utah since Kyle Whittingham has become the head coach 21 years ago.
They'll shift and hand it to Jackson straight ahead. There goes Jackson. Joe Jackson, an all-time night into the end zone for another touchdown. 24 more yards. After they take the 2-point conversion try back, first things first, what a night for Joe Jackson.
Jackson, first time outside the tackles, and it's a thing of beauty. Jackson has the first down and a bunch more. So they kept trying up the middle. That didn't work. They put him out of the edge, and all of a sudden, open. Jackson forces way in. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Bo Jackson's well on his way. 293 last week against Utah.
472 rushing yards a week ago. An 1/8 of that so far in our ball game. And that's a good start. Joe Jackson stepping out. 8 big yards. Play clock's down to 4. Jackson to the 5.
Did
he?
I thought he did.
47 to Stuffleby, 99 to Seumalo. And they give it to Jackson. He rides behind the seniors for a touchdown. Oh, that's cool.
That is cool, isn't it?
Two senior defenders playing on offense, and they lead. Quarterback Johnson's only run it 4 times for 12 yards. He's always a threat. Hands it off to Jackson. And Jackson has a first down. Jackson. He'll be 2 yards short of the line to gain. Jackson, full head of steam. Down to the 17. Jackson trying to chew up some clock. He's got the first down. That's vintage Joe Jackson. Another chance. Jackson.
I can hear old Frank Broyles saying, look at those thighs, Keith.
Jackson, full head of steam. Best run of the day. Out across the 45 to the 43. Left some meat on the bone. Snap that with 6 on the play clock. Pushing the pile. Second down and 1. Jackson, first down and more. Touchdown! How about this kid Jackson? Joe Jackson refusing to go down.
Well, we'll look at it again. I don't think his knee touched. It was too exciting to say anything other than that. The spin, the whirling.